Check that, the Atlas, who went 2-0 in their homecoming weekend in Albany. Here's T.J. Malone, who had 4 assists yesterday. What a shot, Colin Heacock. He stays hot. Had his first hat trick of the season on Saturday. He's got the first goal on Sunday.
And T.J. Malone continues his hot weekend distributing the ball. He had 4 assists just a day ago. He gets the matchup he wants, and he just carries the ball behind the cage. Credit Heacock for just following that, finding a little bit of a soft spot. And then I think he gets Curse guessing a little bit here early, stick side high. Curse kind of guesses off pipe. Heacock keeps it there.
I love T.J. Malone's patience. He saw the double coming, but he didn't pass it right away. He let the play kind of percolate, and he knew that Heacock was trailing. I had him in the top 7, big board-wise, in terms of overall draft potential.
Oh, a 2-bomb. There they go again. Chris Aslanian has the first of the day for the Cannons. They continue to rack them up.
And you've just got to be aware of the Cannons in transition, because it's not just one guy, right? We highlighted Campbell, but Aslanian has got this type of range. He's got 1 2-pointer already this season, a number of them throughout his career. But you've got to step out. They're going to be ultra aggressive. This is a critical part of their offense. It's not only do they lead the league in 2-point goals made, it's also in most shots. It's also in the shooting percentage.
They take 8.5 2-point shots per game. That is best in the league. You know what's really crazy too? You watch Aslanian shoot from 2. He's got like the same mechanics and strokes as Campbell.
Can the Whipsnakes be effective with a 32-second shot clock? Already down to 10.
They're going to get more possessions. They're going to play slow, according to head coach Jim Stagnita.
Janenchuk dribbles it past Kirst.
This is big for the Whips. You think of Mike Janenchuk. I thought he was a little quiet yesterday. And now playing alongside Tucker Dordovic, I think he's going to get a little bit more wiggle room. The top defender from a midfield perspective will go on 2 in black, 1 in black, Janenchuk, who's a top 2-point shooter in pro lacrosse history, showing you his ability to beat a defender off the dribble. I love how he stayed north-south, too. A lot of times you'll see a Dodger there will go towards the sideline when they feel contact. Like, he used his strength, and he stayed on that straight line.
Outside the arc, this is Alexander Vardaro. Feet in front, Nolting with another assist. Ryan Drenner on the business end.
And Kark, this is set up by the gravity of Matt Campbell. You're going to see this ball swung to Asher Nolting, and there's going to be a 2-on-1, and Nolting uses the threat of Campbell outside. That's what frees up the interior for Drenner. You see 39 Squires there?
He's pressed.
He was worried about the rotation going to Campbell, so he started drifting out, and then Drenner slid right behind that in the soft spot.
Feel that the presence of the shooter is out top in Matt Campbell. It's not the next pass in rotation.
Williams, how's that for an answer? 7 seconds, we're tied again.
That's the power of Joe Nardella right there.
Bingo.
You have statistically the best face-off guy in the league, and he's owned every matchup. No one's getting the best of Joe Nardella. So Boston wants to go on a little run. He's the answer here. Wins the draw, and that is good ball movement. The hockey assist from Nardella. You have a pass from Jack Corus down to Williams, identifying the big righty gun.
Same alma mater. Malone turns and scores. Man, this kid is having a breakout if he didn't have one already. What a weekend for T.J. Malone.
Watch how T.J. Malone feels the pressure in that horse hook check attempt by Garrett Apple. He brings him up here, goal line extended. Right here, watch this. He feels his pressure, and then it's roll.
But everything's super fundamentally sound. Look at that stick protection. Watch that roll dodge. He brings his stick with him. Apple tries to get him a trail check, but he brings the stick with him first, then changes hands, and then it's all overhand. I mean, Apple almost got him on that trail.
But the transfer of the hands, a lot of guys get caught with that check because the stick is trailed behind them. As he's making that roll, he brings the stick in front of him, and it doesn't allow Apple to get on there.
Tried to thread the needle to Kavanaugh.
A little sloppy.
Yeah, rookie lost it.
Yeah. They got their practice in yesterday afternoon before the Lightning came.
Williams rips home another. Zed Williams has multiple goals.
How does he sneak
in
this one in?
6 consecutive games now.
How does he sneak this one in?
He shoots through contact, and he uses his defender as a screen. Look at the look off. So I think Kurse is thinking, wait, is there another guy I need to worry about? High heat, and actually he shoots through the plastic. Kurse gets a piece of this, but Williams is too strong.
Feet in front, twister finish. Adam Patra, and guess who gets the helper? TJ Malone.
And this is a bad defensive possession for Cannons because the Whipsnakes were substituting. They basically punted on this possession. You're going to see the left side of your screen. Levi Anderson, he trots off. So the Cannons have an extra defender and a free double team. So this slide right here by Ethan Roll, there should have been organized second slide behind the play.
Williams delivers some punishment. Rambo's outside the arc. Don't see that off. It goes to the right hand. It scores. Matt Rambo with an alley dodge from the top. 5 straight for the Whips.
There was some disarray here that allowed Rambo to get to his right hand. It was like a car accident.
This is the strength of Zed Williams, listed at 185. Yeah, right. Bryce Young just bounces off of him. And during that recovery, Rambo wisely senses, hey, there's a seam here. There's an opportunity to go without an organized support behind the play.
They got to go. 3 seconds. Trying to break free of Van Raphorst. Williams at the last second. Beats the horn. Has his hat trick in the first quarter.
Brute force will do it. Give it to the big guy. Let him get it done. Owns the one-on-one matchup as the shot clock for the quarter goes to 0. Look right here, shot clock plenty of time. It's the game clock. Does he get it off? He gets it off.
Yeah.
That is good. It just has to leave the stick before double zeros. Just gets physical, understands where he is. Score and clock management. Holman and Asher Knowlton get their touches, right? These are two guys who are accustomed to a plethora of touches. I just feel like they haven't been involved in this game at all.
They got to get some stops.
Does Marcus have a shot?
Oh, there's Campbell with a stutter step and a mid-range jumper for him. Ends a 6-0 run.
This offense can get them back in this game. They've just got to get possessions off face-off wins and on stops. And here's Campbell. Anytime he's on a short stick, you got to be prepared. You got to go. And it's a nice little kind of flare screen by Holman. Watch on the left side of your screen. He's going to come through. Puglisi kind of anticipates, hey, look, we're going to slide, and then I'm going to rotate back to Holman. That little cut through provides just a hair of confusion. Muller's late getting out on Campbell, who finishes a beautiful placement there on the left-hander Krebs.
And when Campbell stops, I think the Whips think he's going to exchange as a passer.
Defensively, Brian Holman emphasizing just trust each other, whether you're sliding or not sliding. It's been a mess defensively for the Cannons in that first quarter.
Here's Zed. The jump shot goes. Oh, he is feeling it.
You might want to change the matchup there. I just don't. Currently, he's just going at Van Raphorst. And you might need to put Epple or Young on Williams because he's feasting here. He drives him up this left side. You know the question mark's coming. That is signature Zed Williams. He's not shooting that lefty.
No.
I mean, we've seen him score this year, so no total disrespect. But, like, he's rolling back. You know that move is coming, and yet you still cannot stop it because you didn't turn him earlier. You got to force that at goal line extended.
You don't let him get to goal line
Correct.
extended. If you let him get to goal line extended, that's going to happen. And what Zed Williams does on that dodge is he's so patient, and he's just waiting for Van Raphorst to overcommit. And if he stays there long enough and he pauses, eventually he's going to feel that topside pressure.
And Matt Dunn's got it for Maryland.
Good on-ball pressure there by Puglisi.
Puglisi gets rewarded with a shot for 2, and he bounces it home.
Do you remember in the first quarter I said Roman can shoot? Roman can shoot. You give him time and room, he will make you pay. First it's the turnover.
Look at this lift right there, that on-ball pressure. And Matt Dunn, who's been sneaky in transition this season, and you just love seeing Puglisi get rewarded, right? The great on-ball defense, you run the field, and yeah, you deserve, you get that 2-point shot because of what you did at the other end.
And remember we talk about arc awareness? Like that was arc awareness. He didn't take the extra 2-3 steps.
We've seen the yin and the yang of this season this weekend.
Oh. Two-bomb from Chanenchuk. That's going to leave a mark. Patra picks it up, spins and scores. Woo! Getting fancy for the rookie out of Ontario.
He just does a little bit of everything. Wings, defense, transition, initiating. And here, he cleans up the garbage. Free ball right in the middle of the field. No one's going to pick it up. I'll gobble it up, and I'll bury it. All Whips at home.
Malone draws 2. Finds the open man in Patra with 2 goals already. Here's Dordovic. His first shot of the game came about a minute ago on a wild attempt. Spins out of trouble, shoots and scores! Tucker Dordovic! How does he do it?
He does it because he can care less about defensive pressure. He has a nose for the cage, and he can have 1, 2, 3 players draped all over him. We saw it yesterday. Like, you're never safe when you're playing defense against Tucker Dordovic. Those are 2 elite short stick D middies, and Fairman and Goodrich who attack Tucker. First it's the trail check, then he splits the 2 of them. This is improv, it's strength, and he gets checked. That's Tucker Dordovic.
Puts this ball on his chest, almost like he's saluting during the national anthem, and backs his way through that double team.
There's 1,000 youth coaches right now just hoping that their players didn't see that.
Dunn stabs it out of the air, whips on the run. It's Puglisi. He's got 1 2-pointer already. Rambo surveys, skips it. Malone dodges. Williams on the doorstep. Oh, baby. The Whipsnakes firing on all cylinders.
He never misses from there.
This is beautiful, unselfish lacrosse. This is one after the other. Good decision, easy decision, well-executed play. It starts with Puglisi just making the forward pass to Rambo. He surveys, he skips it to Malone, little face dodge, and then Williams is like, is there anybody around me? All right, I'll finish it.
Did you see the deception? His head is high, his shoulders are high, and then he just stings it low.
That possession shows me that these guys truly don't care who scores and who gets the assists.
No, and that all started with Krebs making a save down low, and I'm standing next to Brian Holman, Cannon's coach. He says, not at his feet. Not at his feet.
There it is. Ryan Drenner goes upstairs and beats Krebs. A much-needed goal for the Cannons with under 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
Drenner now has a couple of big goals for the Cannons. He came to play. He comes out of the box here. Did you see the subtle? We talk about the subtle movements from Zed Williams. Putting the stick in front of him when he feels that trail check. It's like he's got eyes behind his head. Drenner smells pay dirt and continues right out of the box.
Feed in front. Beat the buzzer. It's Connor Kirst, and it counts. 2 goals in the last 10 seconds of the first half for Boston. They're not dead yet.
Seen this twice now. Zed at the end of the first quarter. Now Kirst answering the bell. Let's look at the clock here. Does he get it off before 0? Yes, sir.
Yes,
Easy
sir.
goal.
Yep. Connor Kirst scores against his former team. His head coach, Brian Holman, on the field with Q. Yeah, Brian Holman told Q at halftime that Asher Nolting is fine, not injured. Just could play a little bit better. He said, we all could. Here's Pat Kavanaugh. First round pick, rookie out of Notre Dame. Because he can make plays like that.
I like that. We were talking pregame, Ryan, about him being the lefty, and I was telling you, I don't think he cares where he's on the field. If he's on the left to start because of Knowlton and homing, he will migrate over to that side and get work done.
Yeah, and Aslanian sets a fantastic pick right along goal line extended, and that allows Kavanaugh to get upfield, get the switch that he wants, and then on Puglisi, he just gives him too much airspace. And with Knowlton and Holman kind of struggling, this might be the Pat Kavanaugh kind of like be everywhere. Like, yeah, you're starting on the left side, but just be amorphous and just go all over the field. Anderson, who was drafted by another team.
The Outlaws and the Whipsnakes, you see these guys.
Aslanian, a freight train, breaks a stick and scores.
He's hammering it. He's got that big left hand, and I said teasing into the fourth quarter, you got to worry about the outside threats of Campbell. Aslanian taking a check, breaking a stick, hitting the back of the net. The Boston Cannons have been a juggernaut offensively. They're not going anywhere.
Scored once since halftime. Campbell on the feed, Kavanaugh the finish. 3-goal game.
RB, it's a 2-possession game with the best 2-ball shooting team in the league.
And Kavanaugh, I mean, you talk about following the slide. You talk about following a rotation. He's shot out of a cannon here. He sees Zappatello slide upfield, and he goes at this gap aggressively. Like, if there's another rotation, good luck. Like you're not catching up with that burst of speed.
You know what I love about that, too? How hard he shot the ball, too. This is a natural right-handed player who's playing the left side. But that goal in itself, how you follow the ball, you're cutting, you're catching in one and shooting like that, that guy's left hand's as good as his right. Always say both.
From X, he scores! Folks, this is a one-possession game. Boston trailed by 10 in the first half.
We saw this coming. How much gas would Maryland have? Alexander Vardaro, the rookie, with a ton of energy. He's playing in one game this weekend. He's leaving it all out on the field. There's the pop again. You see the explosiveness off the dodge. He pops at X and just shot out of a cannon there, and I love how he continues upfield.
And we're focusing so much on the Whipsnakes in terms of being tired offensively. It also happens defensively. Your slides are just a hair too late. Your on-ball pressure just isn't as much.
That's a bear. That's a bear. We got to double that. The words of Jim Stagnita as that matchup transpired with Kavanaugh against the
I thought it
shorty.
was a great pick in terms of the location, because if you don't have your pick defense sorted out.
There's Patra right back at you.
That's ridiculous offense by the Whipsnakes. They have upgraded their offense, I mean, dramatically from 5 weeks ago. This is beautiful.
I was about to say, if you don't have your pick defense sorted out, if you're the Whips at goal line extended, you have problems, but you have this offense to bail you out. And Patra has been terrific in terms of his inside play. I mean, he's owning the paint today.
8 seconds on the timer. It'll be Knowlton against Dunn. Oh, wow. Knowlton!
Wow.
How does he thread the needle? He finds Connor Kurse for the slam.
That is dealing, RB.
That's
pressure on him.
Does that make Connor Kurse Aaron Gordon? Jokic finds him for the dunk?
This is chemistry, touch, and accuracy. I mean, this is awareness of the defender is just not has no awareness of the ball, right? No awareness for Chorus. A heads-up play, usually that is just kind of eye contact, right? You're spotting eyes, you see it, and then you're like, yeah, it's coming. So Kurse just knows, I don't need to flash a stick. I'm floating to space, and he's going to throw me open.
10 on the day for Kurse. But in the second half, he's been the difference maker with the Whips only with one.
This is where you go if you're Kurse. Go.
Against the shorty, it's Patra. They have him trapped. Kurse left hand, count it. Hat trick for Connor Kirst.
Good call, RB, and I like how Pat Kavanaugh got out of his way.
It's the defense to offense, and there's these moments where it's not a clean 6-on-6 yet. So there's just a lot of green. And Zapatello tries to slide, but his approach angle actually enables Kirst to roll back. Patra, who should be sitting on that backside hip, overruns the play, allowing Kirst to roll back to the middle. So that's that defense to offense two-way ability, and good identification by Kirst, and even better execution.
Nobody could see it. Campbell's got it. It's turned into a beautiful day here. We had some weather earlier, both days. Now the sun is shining on Homewood Field. 15 to shoot. Vardaro rips the twine, and the rookie makes it a 5-goal game.
The Princeton product, so comfortable in this offense, given his familiarity with offensive coordinator Jim Mitchell. You're going to see the quickness and his ability to get to the middle of the field. The good things happen when you get to the middle, that late slide in support. And after missing one earlier, he makes sure of burying it.
There's different ways to use acceleration, right? Some guys just like to plant their foot and kind of go hard. Vardaro, when you watch him too, that was like vintage Alexander Vardaro. He kind of jump pops into it.
Now, the Cannons did win their second game at home.
Good call. Rambo! Man, they needed it.
King clutch, right?
Yep.
King clutch. That's why you have Matt Rambo.
When the game is on the line and you need the big one, you could see Shannon Chuck, the embrace. There's probably like a thank you. We needed that. He just turns the corner and he's such a load. I mean, Kirst actually seems to get a piece of that. But right there, he changes his trajectory. Everything's going towards the corner of the field, and his ability to get his hips and his shoulders downhill towards the goal, that's what makes him so special.
Nolting trying to play some bully ball. Back to the right hand, count it. Barely any space, but Asher Nolting has his first goal today.
You know, if he's hurt right now, he's doing a pretty good job of playing hurt, because we saw an elite feed in the third quarter. And Drew, to your point, bully ball here. This is Matt Dunn. I mean, he is no small dude here. I mean, he's getting into his body, left hand, right hand, changing in that transfer right here. Watch this transfer back to his right hand into the shot. Bam!
It's an elongated rocker step, right? You practice the rocker step, and it's not going to be this picture-perfect thing. He rolls back to his left like it's a question mark. Dunn moves his stick back, and that's what allows Nolting to come back.
This has been fun, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us. 4 games here in the Maryland Whipsnakes homecoming, and they go 2-0. Next weekend, the PLL heads west to Denver. 2 games Friday night on ESPN+, and 2 featured games on Saturday, beginning with Atlas Archers at 2:30 Eastern on ABC, Chaos Outlaws at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For RB, Carr, Q, and our entire crew led by Todd Jones and Brett Lancaster, I'm Drew Carter. Thanks for watching the PLL on ESPN. We will see you in Denver.